I have a question. Should us as employers celebrate if you want to do a side gig?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
I definitely think so, because I feel like, suppose this is not something they want to do long term, or they don't, or it's something that they have, like if they have a creative side and they want to have that as an outlet, I think it's a great idea to just have that as a side. Obviously within mind that it doesn't affect or come between their working hours, but doing something on the side, I think it's a great thing, that even if it's on the weekend, even just talking to your boss about it is just like, it's having more of that open communication between the employer and the employee. So I think it's a great idea to encourage it.
Yeah, I agree.
So basically like a hobby that might just make an
Fulfill
extra bit of
some-
money.
Yeah.
Also, as long as it doesn't impact work.
I think, but I think it also depends. Well, personally, because I work in consulting, I think because our job is very client demanding and long hours, I think employers are always pushing for, like 100% focus on the job. And I know a lot of people that do side hustles, but they wouldn't inform the employers if they're in consulting. Not necessarily because maybe they won't encourage it, but just because I don't think they'd see the reaction that they'd like to see from the employers. So they just tend to keep it private. And then when they feel like it's about to take off, or if it's something they want to pursue, then they just leave the company. So I think it really depends on maybe the company and even the industry it operates in.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I think it's more with like the industry you're in. If you're in like a more of a like work freely where you have time, where you like probably finish at 5 or 6, then you can continue your side hustle. Like I would strictly say no for like if you are doing a side hustle, which is like another job. But like if you have an app that you're developing, or it's like a passion project that you're doing for, then 100% you can do it. Because I think that ultimately also affects the happiness that you have within you. Because if you're not satisfied at work, you're like, okay, I'm doing this. So this is something that satisfies your soul. You're like, okay, and you're still happy at both places. So you're going hand in hand, and not letting each other like affect what you're doing.
How open do we think the open communication should be? So the reason why I mentioned periods was, should it be that open where I can call my HR and say, listen, I am not feeling up to it, I cannot come, or I'm hungover and I cannot come. And this is something that we've spoken about. So how open would we be comfortable with? And how open would you be comfortable with listening to?
Yes. So above everything, I value being candid and transparent and honest. For me, it's a level of trust. So I don't know if it's just me, but I far more prefer somebody that says, I'm not coming in today, I'm taking a wellness day. In our company, we've got, you don't need to say, you could just say, I want to take a wellness day. That is more important to me than somebody saying, oh, I've had some food last night and I have upset tummy, or I've got food poisoning, and I'm thinking, okay, I hope you feel better, but I know they're lying.
But can you figure out if it's a Monday and someone's calling you saying, okay, I can't, I'm sick, tired. Can you figure that out?
Of course. Even the voice is like, okay, now it's going to be a dip in the voice, and now it's going to be, oh, I'm not feeling so good. For me, it's much better saying, hey, I'm taking a wellness day, I had a party, or something.
Or like there'll be certain employers who would be wary about it, saying that okay, they would rather than hire a male rather than a female.
Yeah.
Because okay, the periods every woman gets it once in a month makes it more of a situation where they're like, okay, like somebody who's very like a sale oriented company, they'd be like, oh, I cannot afford people even missing 1 day or 2 days. And then that factor coming in saying that okay, you have a period leave, he would, or she, the employer would rather go to a male saying that okay, they won't have any of this in their contract, saying that okay, they need to take a period leave or anything like that, and they would go. I like the factor where you implemented as a wellness day, which is fair, because then a female has the flexibility of saying, okay, listen, I have got my periods, they're really bad cramps, I cannot come in today. the guy can say I'm hungover today, I cannot come into work, so it balances out. But when you just portray it as like going towards one way is just period leave, then
Yeah.
I think it's actually a disadvantage more towards the female.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
agree.
is such a good point because fairness is imperative, and we people compare and employees compare and say that's not fair. Why are they getting this and
Yeah.
I'm not getting this?
Yeah.
We can't have like a period pain holiday. or
Yeah,
something.
that's true. In
It
fact,
definitely does. Like if anyone's in pain, regardless of what it is, they should have that flexibility to be like, okay, like wellness day, or just be like, okay, I'm taking a mental health day, whatever it is, however you wanna like, use it, term it. But yeah, I do think it's completely like what he was saying. It can't be like just towards one gender.
What I really like is that we can talk so openly about this.
Yeah.
I could never talk about. I don't know. I think the guys of the generation if we were to have been having this conversation when my peers were younger, they would be so shy. They would never talk about it, and it's just lovely that it's an open
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is also, I think, now a generational